it's official. Julio is off the Falcons. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here with Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a video today breaking down the trade that happened this morning. Of course, I was at church, and I just had one of those busy days with the family today, and just now getting around to seeing this. This morning, it was about almost noon Eastern, 11:45 a.m. Julio Jones has officially been traded, not released, right? Traded out of Atlanta to the Tennessee Titans in the AFC South Division. And we knew this was going to happen eventually. Julio Jones was out of Atlanta. He's done, right? Where was he going to go? I heard rumors. I heard a little bit of rumors about the Titans. I heard the Seahawks. I heard, I heard a little bit about the Bucks. I was hoping it'd be like that because it would have been cool to see another great receiver come to Tampa Bay. Of course, y'all want to sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, that's another thing that the Bucks need is another receiver in the NFL." I don't know. As a fan, obviously, who wouldn't want him? But again, released this morning, Julio Jones traded, not cut and then signed, traded to the Tennessee Titans. He is being paired up, a receiver from Bama, from the beginning of Saban's tenure. He was there when he got there, 08, 09, I think 10 and 11 or whatever. Julio Jones is there. I think actually he was picked up, in the 2011 draft, if memory serves right. One of the best receivers Alabama has had, right? And obviously, we're just coming off the whole Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, and all of that. This guy was still one of those greats. Does he compete with those guys? Could he? I really don't know. I mean, he's a heck of a player, but been with the Falcons ever since he got drafted, and now officially they have traded him. Again, a trade. So here's what we have. The Titans are receiving Julio Jones. They are also receiving a 2023 sixth-round pick from Atlanta in exchange for Julio Jones and that sixth-round pick for, I guess if you want to look, this upcoming draft is 2022, 2023. So not this next year, but the year after, they get a sixth-round pick. So Titans get Julio Jones and a sixth-round pick in 2023. The Falcons are getting, in exchange for that, a 2022 second-round pick, the draft upcoming, and a fourth-round pick in 2023. And again, if you recall, the Falcons drafted Kyle Pitts fourth overall. Does that really say anything? I'm a little bit curious, Is this like a situation with, sorry about that. What was it? Oh, yeah, Julio Jones, right? You got to remember, Kyle Pitts was drafted number 4 overall. Their first pick was a receiving weapon at tight end. Now, Julio Jones isn't a tight end, right? But, I mean, if you take a guy like Kyle Pitts, you're going to invest in that guy. Is this kind of like a weird Aaron Rodgers type scenario? Because remember, the Green Bay Packers didn't draft offense until, the third round. And there were rumors oh, they drafted defense the first round. They didn't get anything to help Aaron Rodgers. Plus the whole drafting some quarterback from Utah State and Jordan Love, which I think has great potential, but I really don't know. Last year, not only in the first round. And I remember looking at, and not trying to get too far off topic here, but, with the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, I mean, I remember looking at that pick and saying, look, Aaron Rodgers ain't got nobody behind him in case he gets hurt, and you always need backups because you just never know when someone's going to take injury. But obviously, the Packers started Aaron Rodgers all year last year, but now it seems like, that ship's sailing just a little bit. But getting back to Julio Jones, kind of the same situation, Is he in an Aaron Rodgers situation where maybe he felt like the Falcons were not investing in him? You know, him being the key guy on the team. It's always about the key player on the team, the leader. It's not Matt Ryan, right? We talk about Matt Ryan with the Falcons. I don't care if it's the quarterback. Forget quarterbacks. The main go to guy that we look at on the Falcons is Julio Jones, who is now out of Atlanta. He is now in Tennessee with the Titans. Again, this trade. The Falcons get a 2022 second round pick, 2023 fourth round pick, and of course, giving Julio to the Titans plus a 2023 sixth round pick goes to the Titans. So, you know, did the Kyle Pitts, being drafted at number 4, does that play factor? Did Julio Jones look at that and say, "Oh man, you're drafting a receiving weapon when I'm right here"? Did he kind of have that mindset or feeling? I really don't know. I don't know. Um, does Coach Arthur Smith and the Falcons, did they truly not want Julio? Or was this whole thing just from Julio Jones? Did he want to get traded? Because I'm going to be honest, all I really saw was just trade rumors that the Falcons were possibly going to trade Julio, and that he was possibly out of there. I never really heard much about, oh, it's because of Julio, or it's because of the Falcons, or the coach, or the leadership, or anything like that. But that being said, he's out of there. And he's with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. But, dude, Bama boys back together. Well, not really back together, but, you know, two Bama offensive key playmakers that were some of the best, two of the best, and Julio and Derrick Henry on the same team. They weren't on the same. They were never together at Alabama, but they were pretty darn good on the same team with the Titans. That'll be interesting to watch. I think Julio Jones could definitely be the key piece to the Titans, who have been a team to make the playoffs just year after year in recent history. And, you know, Derrick Henry's been right there, right? I've been watching the Titans. I'm like, can Derrick Henry win a Super Bowl? Can he get there? Can he get there? They've had a key missing piece is Julio Jones with great speed, great hands, and being a great weapon. Could he be the guy to fix this? I don't know. Looking at Jones from last year, though, and of course this year we got 17 games now, but we still had 16 last year. Jones played in 9 out of 16 games last year. Missed a couple due to a hamstring injury. In those 9 games, he had 51 receptions for 771 yards. Only 3 touchdowns. You mean to tell me a guy like Julio plays in 9 games and only gets 3 touchdowns? That's not on him. That's Matt Ryan. So, when I look at this, I think it's best that Julio does get out of Atlanta. Right, now Falcons fans might want to sit there and be like, we should have took a quarterback. I know my boy Chess Hall was pretty pissed off about the whole Kyle Pitts pick and says they should have took Justin Fields right there when they had the chance. And I would probably agree they could have took a quarterback like Fields or whoever. Fields, of course, now in Chicago. But this makes it tougher on the Falcons. For next season, you were hoping that maybe with a weapon, you're probably trying to help and still invest in a guy like Matt Ryan. Well, you take away his best weapon, practically the best player on the Falcons team is now gone. That just makes things interesting, folks. I don't know where the Falcons are going to go from here. Could we see them have a top 5 pick again next year? Yeah, most likely, in my opinion. Because taking away Julio Jones and actually getting... Not only did they traded him, and they didn't even get a player in return. They got a second round pick next year and a fourth round pick in 2023. That's what you got out of after getting rid of Julio Jones? It's great to get picks and all, but Falcons, they cannot seriously sit there and say, we'll be fine with just Kyle Pitts. Oh, he'll be that guy. You can't possibly believe that to be true. And I know they got Todd Gurley at running back. I think that's great too. But I think Julio Jones in recent years where maybe the offense has been great for Atlanta at times, like any play, any touchdown, it's been Julio. He has carried the Falcons. He's carried the offense, and now he's gone. But that being said, overall, the Titans won this trade clearly. The Falcons obviously lost this. The whole fact that they would even try to consider trading a guy like Julio. Julio is one of the best in the league. He's not the best receiver, but pretty much one of the best right now. I mean, you just talk about him, you watch him every single year, and he just lights it up. He's got great speed, he's got great hands. You throw him the ball 9 times out of 10, he's catching it. And if he's got it in his hands, he's going to take off running with it. He's a talented, explosive wide receiver with a lot of potential and a lot of talent. And the fact that the Falcons have gotten rid of him, I think, is just absurd. You know, the only time you get rid of a player like this is if the player himself is saying, I don't want to play for this team or organization anymore. Right? Which I really, from my understanding, was not the case. It was the Falcons wanting to trade Julio Jones. These trade rumors. The Falcons, unless I'm wrong, and someone has more insight on this, please comment down below and let me know. Did Julio Jones want out of Atlanta? If so, then okay, he got his wish. If not, and the Falcons are just straight up stupid and ignorant for trading away Julio Jones. That's my 2 cents on it. That's my opinion. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. I really do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. We're on the way to 400 subs. We're getting closer and closer. Let's keep building the channel. Hit that bell to get all the notifications. You know when I post a video, go live, premiere videos, all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out the website too. ballardsports19.wixsite.com. If you ever have any questions, comment down below. Hit me up on Twitter, Ballard Sports Media. You can email me, ballardsports19@gmail.com. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys. I hope everyone has a blessed week ahead. Keep your head up. Jesus loves you. Remember that always. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media is checking out. Y'all have a good one. God bless. Roll Tide.